This is Dreaded Cobra here, and I am here to bring you guys a video on some of the most important hitting stats in the game. Now, a lot of you guys are like, oh, it's just contact and power, just straight up. But I actually disagree. I just played a guy who had, like, the Barry Stoker card, the Alex Rodriguez card, all those cards. But he only scored one run against me, and I was a little confused. And now, granted, he wasn't bad. He was pretty good, and I just was able to pitch, and he wasn't able to make solid contact on the ball. And I actually think that power is not even close to the second most important stat in hitting. I actually think that when you're trying to look for solid hitters, guys, this might even be the most important stat. Hopefully this is a good example right here. This is not. But this is a good example right here. Guys, vision is one of the most important stats for hitting, especially online. If you're playing online, I'm assuming you're using the freaking swinging circle thingy that shows where your swing is going to be. And vision determines how big that is. So when you're playing online, if you have 90 vision with Joe Panic, he basically takes up the entire strike zone, and you don't even have to move your vision. You don't have to look. You don't have to move where you're going to swing, because no matter what, you're probably going to make contact if it's a strike. So vision, guys, is way more important than power, I would say. Now, power is great because you can hit home runs, but I would suggest not stacking power just because of the fact that it's very easy to negate power. There's definitely easy pitches to use, such as like you could throw some sinkers low. That negates power because of the fact that you can't get under it really. You can't really hit the ball far. You can't drive it. So I honestly think, guys, that vision is by far the most important thing. And I just wanted to show you guys just some people that I honestly think are even better than their overalls, at least hitting-wise, because of the fact that some of the most important hitting stats is contact. Power is important, guys. I'm not saying that power is not important. That helps you drive the ball. That helps you, hit the ball farther. But honestly, if you have 98 vision like this Ichiro right here, you're going to basically make contact every time. And if you have powers that are relatively close in the 50s or 60s, you're going to be hitting the ball into the gap almost every time. I'm telling you guys, vision is by far, if not the most important stat, it is the most important stat. Contact is very important because, yes, you need to be able to make contact with the ball. But if you have 50 vision, you're going to be moving around the circle a lot more. And I'm going to actually show you guys, I didn't really think about this, but I'm going to show you guys just a little bit of gameplay. But first of all, I wanted to show you guys, some people. You look at like Mike Trout and you say, oh, he's a great hitter. But then you look at his 49 vision. If you're not good, if you're not a good, good at, directional hitting, I think that's what it's called, directional hitting, then you're not going to be good with Mike Trout because of the fact that his vision is so low. You're probably not going to make contact half the time. So you kind of want to take that into consideration. You need to understand, am I comfortable with being able to, hit directionally, and how comfortable am I doing that? And I just played a guy, he had Mike Trout. I think he might have went 0 for 3 against me just because of the fact that, I kept throwing pitches and they moved more. So, you're going to be having some of these guys like Bryce Harper. He has 54 vision. If you're throwing in someone that has a curveball and just keeps moving around all the place, he might not even make good contact just solely because of the fact that his vision's not good enough and he's not going to know where to, put his vision marker thingy. So I hate to say don't use some of these guys, but at the same time you have people like Jose Altuve, who is a pretty solid player. He's got 88 vision and he's going to make solid contact, and he's going to, but I'm just going to trying to educate you guys on, just because, he has more power, his vision might not be that good, and therefore he might not get as many hits as you would like because his vision isn't that good. So hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. The discipline isn't necessarily that important. It's how well you can check your swing. I don't know how often you guys check your swing. I normally really don't. It's I might do it like 2 times a game. So it's not that important. If I had to pick another hitting stat, guys, clutch is, it can be important, but it's situational. What I mean by that, guys, is it really only works in, I think, the 9th inning. I really think it only works in the 9th inning. And the problem with that is Nolan Arenado might not even be up in the 9th inning. You know, you might be in a different part of your lineup to the point where it's like, okay, Nolan Arenado might have just hit in the 8th, and he might have just gotten out in the 8th inning. So he might not even get up in the 9th. So clutch really isn't that important. It's situational, and it's kind of random in a way. So I'm sure you guys could figure out, you know, a way to make it so he would be batting in the 9th, but it's really hard, and honestly, clutch really isn't as important. So I honestly think, guys, if you want to play relatively close, I mean, you don't need an amazing amount of vision either, guys. That's not really, like, that important. Really the most important thing is just having, like, see, even here, 48 vision isn't good. Here, let me go to, where's Eric Hosmer? Oh, 55. I mean, granted, or 65. I mean, I just went 3 for 4 with him. So, honestly, guys, I would say the lowest vision you should be getting is probably like around 65. If you were getting below 60, it might get to the point where their oval thing, or whatever you want to call it, might be getting too small. And with the pitchers that you're going to be playing against, they might have too much break on the ball, and they might just, I mean, it's going to be almost impossible to start hitting these guys just because of the fact that, you know, your vision's not good enough, and, again, you just might not be able to hit the ball. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of game plan. What I mean by that, I can give you a little update on, you know, my team. It's not even close to being finished, at least the starting rotation isn't. I picked up John Lester just because I needed another lefty, and I actually picked him up before he went to a 90 overall. So he is a very nice pitcher, guys. I love him. He doesn't really mess up at all. He doesn't really do anything bad. He's a great pitcher. I mean, the cutter and the sinker work perfectly together. So I honestly would recommend any pitcher that has a cutter or sinker. The changeup and the sweeping curveball are honestly great strikeout pitches with him. So the good thing about him is having a cutter with a lefty is that there's a ton of right-handed batters, and a cutter works better on right-handed, or a cutter works better on the opposite-handed batter. So again, you can throw a fastball, four-seam fastball for, you know, first pitch strikes, just to make sure you get strikes, and then use the cutter and the changeup or a sinker. And there's a lot of different things you can do with him, guys. He's a great pitcher. I got Bert Blivlin. I can't say his name. I'm not even going to try it again. He's a little weird. This is a great case on why I would like to have more vision. His break is so high, guys, that when you throw his 12-6 curves, your thing is, I mean, your vision is just going to be moving all around because of the fact that he has so much break. Corey Kluber, he's probably going to end up being like my worst pitcher at the end of the day. I love his pitching, his pitches, sinker, slider, curveball, four-seam changeup. Great pitches to have. Zach Duke, he's going to be out of here probably next. He just doesn't give up many home runs. That's why I have him. So, very nice to have online. I'm not using Bartolo Colon. Steven Matz just pitched against the guy. He's a fantastic pitcher, guys. His pitches look weird, but they honestly are nice. His four-seam fastball has enough velocity to get by the hitter. So very good. I know I really shouldn't be doing this. I'll just actually do my lineup as we go throughout the game. I'm going to be playing just on veteran, just to kind of like, I mean, veteran's not easy. It's not brainless, but it's not like hard. I don't want to have like the Phillies actually have or wait, no, that's the freaking Padres. I think have solid starting pitchers. It doesn't really matter. Your stadium you pick, guys, really does matter. I'm picking Forbes Field just because of the fact that, like, to hit the ball out of the park, you have to hit the ball like 400 feet. Like, to right field, it's like 400 feet, guys. So, As you can see, guys, some of my guys don't have good vision, like Yoenis Cespedes, but you're going to have some power hitters in your lineup just straight up just because of the fact that that's really what you need. You know, you do need kind of like a power hitter in there just to, you know, either, you know, hit a sac fly to, you know, the outfield or just to necessarily, you know, hit a home run. Plus, he's just an amazing fielder and has decent speed, so he works out really well. And the reason, guys, I'm picking Forbes Field is because it really works out in my favor. I have a ton of guys that make solid contact and hit the ball into the gap a ton. And what this does for me is it's like 400 feet to right field and left field. Oh, this is perfect. I have John Lester. So hopefully he doesn't mess up here. We're going to start off with a cutter. Alright, that was a little too far in. Then we're going to go away. One of the most important things that I figured out was to really throw strikes. First pitch strikes are very important, guys. I know that's like a huge thing in the majors, but honestly, throwing first pitch strikes is honestly huge. It's it just changes the way that the rest of the it just changes the way the rest of the at-bat goes. So this guy's giving me a little bit of a tough time, I guess. I kind of screwed up in the beginning. I had 2 balls right off the bat. That was a terrible pitch, but luckily he chased. That was not a good pitch at all. But I'm messing up with him, so he's not messing up. I mean, that ball was almost... I mean, that was a solid swing. But he hit the ball, like... He probably hit that ball 350 feet, to be honest. Like, if I was in, like, Yankee Stadium, that would be a home run. I hate to say it. I don't know the dimensions of Forbes Field, but I know every time I hit the ball, I've hit the ball right over the wall many times, but it goes over and it's like, oh, 430, 420, and it's like, it barely goes over, so it's really like, it's a huge field. So, as you can see, guys, this yellow thing's on the side, that's your vision. Each rose almost takes up, like, the entire, like, strike zone. So there would be no reason to even move it. So it's really like, and if you look in the bottom left, you can't see it. Fantastic. I may have to move my face. Let me see if I can do that right now. Boop. Alright, sweet. So as you guys can see, did he just pitch out with a curveball? He did. If you guys look in the lower left where it says pitching, or the last pitch, I'll show you guys basically how big. As you can see, Martes, it doesn't look that big, but you'll see what I mean when it gets when he swings. So let me swing. All right, and you'll see it when I. It'll show the last pitch, even though you got a hit, and you'll see kind of the, you know, how big it is. It's literally on the other side. It's literally on. I hate this game. Jesus. It's literally just popped up on the right side. Alright. That's fantastic. But anyways, guys, I'm just trying to show you exactly. Okay, so as you can see, I screwed up. But that yellow zone, guys, is huge. That is a ginormous area. And, like, I mean, he has 65. This is like 50 or 40 or something. I showed you guys Yoenis Cespedes didn't have much. As you can see, he really doesn't have much. So, I'm just trying to show you guys basically what the difference is. It's on the other side again. Jesus. Alright, as you can see, George Brett has really good vision, and it takes up almost the entire strike zone. Now, that's my bad for swinging at the ball outside the strike zone. But, Jesus, can my game, like... Here. I'm going to move again. Alright, wait. Nope, wrong button. Shoot. Okay. This way, no matter what, you're going to see it. But guys, vision is definitely more important just because of the fact that, I mean, look in the bottom right-hand corner, because he's taking up more than any. You honestly couldn't throw a pitch that he couldn't hit. It's honestly very important to have vision. It makes it so you can basically just swing at whatever pitch you want and not have to even worry, about moving whatever. I'm just showing you guys a little bit of gameplay now on John Lester. I'm trying to make my point that he's honestly a very good pitcher, and he may even, eventually, if he keeps this up, I forget what his ERA is, but it's close to like 2, which is ridiculous. But I mean, guys, the cutter and the sinker combination is a beautiful combination. Oh, I forgot to go over my lineup. I was going to go over my lineup as we were going through it, but I completely forgot to do that. That was my fault. But I'm sure you guys kind of have an idea. You guys saw who was there. I mean, you saw Ichiro was there. Ichiro is probably one of my favorite players just ever in general. Just the way he plays is just amazing. Just the fact that, he's an amazing fielder, he's an amazing hitter, he's an amazing, on the base path. I mean, the only thing he doesn't have is power, but you can live without that. You don't need, some of your guys to have power. So, if you swing there, that basically takes up 2/3 of the strike zone. And I'll show you how much, who is this? Alright, this is Xander Bogaerts. I'm liking Bogaerts. Did he catch that? Wow! Let's just go over quickly. I have Ichiro. I have that 93. Oh, crap, can we do this? Oh, fantastic. So this is Ichiro, guys, obviously. I mean, he is by far one of my favorite players just ever in general. And I think these stats prove it. He's an amazing fielder, amazing on the bases, and just overall an amazing player. He doesn't do anything bad. He's not, running in the streets at night, causing havoc. Starling Marte is a little weird for me. He does have 55 vision. So I don't understand why he actually hits so well for me. That's actually a little weird. But at the same time, because he has 92 contact and 85 contact, so it's like, I'm sure that does work into it. I'm not just saying that, the only thing you should look for is vision, but I am saying, vision is very important, especially if you're playing online. So, Eric Hosmer's 65 vision. Again, you probably shouldn't get someone lower than 60, unless it is Starling Marte. But Eric Hosmer's always been here for me, and he's probably going to be here for the rest of my life, just because of the fact that he is so solid. Yoenis Cespedes, he's the power hitter. So if he makes contact, hopefully he hits the ball. I mean, that's really the goal. And then arm strength, great fielder, obviously. George Brett, 97 vision, guys. I think I showed you his vision legit took up more than, you could probably, put 2 strike zones next to each other and it would take up, both of them. Granted, his average is, 256, and I have been screwing up with him lately because it's a lot of my fault. It's not really his fault. Xander Bogaerts had 75 vision, so it's a little weird, actually. Wow. So then you have your own created player. Really? I'll have to check his stats outside of this game. Then you have Joe Panic with a 90, and it's just very nice. I've been fooling around with Dexter Fowler lately. He's a little weird. I don't know how I feel about him. I used him one time because of the fact that he went up to a 90 overall, and I was like, yeah, I'll use him. Plus, he's on the Cubs, so I was trying to do the Cubs thingy. Carlos Gonzalez comes in randomly just to hit against righties. The fact that he can't hit against lefties kind of takes him out of my lineup. But he is definitely a solid option for power for me. So, Todd Frazier, I use him for power against lefties. That's about it. He was always been a solid hitter for me, and I can't take him out. Billy Butler, again, he only hits against lefties. Sometimes righties when you need him to, but mainly just lefties. Then Matt Holliday, he was too big of a problem in the outfield. He was never good on defense. And I bring him in for my pitchers. If you haven't really heard about what my strategy is, it's you kind of never let your pitchers hit. What you do is you basically just take them out all the time, and that's why I really encourage you guys to get a good bullpen. But I don't want to go off on that rant. I'm just going to take a couple more swings with these guys, show you all of their vision. Honestly thought this was bigger. Let's take a swing here, get a solid hit. We'll stay up first, and we'll see what his vision is. It's a little weird. It actually increases a little bit. John Lester, my boy. But if you look at that, guys, I'm sure if I swung it would take up basically the entire zone. As you can see, John Lester's zone, he has I don't know. He probably has zero vision, and you can see the fact that, it shows. It's literally that small. So, I'm just saying, guys, that keep that in mind. Don't just look at power and contact. Look at vision, because it's very important to have vision. It's probably one of the more important stats. I would actually rather have more vision than power, so anyways, guys, that's probably going to be it for this video. I just wanted to go over the video. I probably should have let this go a little bit shorter, but I wanted to show you guys what I was talking about. I didn't just want to tell you all this is vision. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you guys want, I don't know what else. If you guys want to, my input on pitchers and more important pitcher stats, I'll probably do that soon, actually. I just think that, guys, there's some stats that are very valuable in this game and some that are kind of just there for show. And honestly, they're nice to have, but at the same time, if you're trying to actually win games, vision is more important than power. Granted, power's nice, but vision is definitely more important, guys. I hope you guys understand that now. I hope you guys can, make progress in building your team. And you're going to see a lot of diamond players that actually don't have a ton of vision. And I know it's a little weird. You might not want to even, some of them you might not even want to get just because of the fact that, their vision isn't really that good. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll show you Ichiro's vision one more time. As you can see, it takes up almost all of his strike zone. So you literally have to move it that much. And as you can see, yeah, if you move that down a little bit, it's probably going to take up the entire strike zone. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have a really good day and a really nice summer. So thank you for coming, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.